In this video we're going to investigate the dark and mysterious world of toys which have been stolen from toy boxes in toy stores. Are there small aliens involved here, or is this the work of toy-starved children, or even worse, adults who are grabbing toy components to give to children, or adults who are toy collectors? Shock, horror. From what I see visiting toy stores, this is a very big problem. The evidence of missing toys you'll see in this video was recorded over about 6 months from only a few stores. Okay, let's do it.
Well, hello there. Well, I was making a knockoff video for the Peppa Pig toys, and I did my usual thing where I went to the stores and I found the knockoff toys, but I wanted to do something a little bit special and also show you the real McCoy toys. I bought a toy which had a piece missing. I'm normally very cautious before I buy a toy. I do tend to look over it in store and compare it to other ones on the shelves. In particular, I like to get one which has nice boxes and haven't got crunches on the side. But sadly, when I purchased this toy here, they had a major component missing. I can assure you Peppa Pig's rocket ship is not a cheap toy. It's a $49 toy in Australia. There's the rocket ship price there, $49. And often the trick with these toys is to come in when the specials are on. You might be able to get 20 or 30% off when the toy sales are on. But what I find very disappointing about this toy is the packaging really lets it down and allows you to steal components very easily. What I've found is it takes absolutely no effort to rip a component off this toy, and there's no protection in stopping someone from getting in there and taking components out. As you saw, it's really easy to rip the spaceship Dora off. The next thing which would be ripped out is the really nice Peppa Pig characters. There's a very fine balance between displaying a toy and having it too tempting for children to reach in and get components out. What this box needed was a front screen on it to stop little hands from prying pieces off. And if you haven't worked it out by now, I certainly didn't when I picked it up in the shops, but there's actually a component missing from this rocket ship. The lower door here is totally missing. It has been removed in store. One clue to the trouble this spaceship is in was from the box artwork, which showed a little door on the bottom of the craft. It's also curious to note this picture shows 3 characters in the spacecraft, but reading the back of the box tells me it comes with 1 spaceship and 2 characters. It's absolutely no trouble to take a toy like this back to a retail store, explain to them what's happened. Because I've got the receipt, I can exchange it for another one. I certainly need this spaceship for the video I want to do around Peppa Pig. But this rocket ship with its missing door is a great way to kick into this video, which is going to show you a lot of toys in the stores that have got components missing. And because I'm a very regular person in the toy stores, it's a very common thing for me to see. And sometimes the stock which has components missing will sit on the shelves for months and months and months. So please keep an eye out for my Peppa Pig Dark Side video. There are some very nasty examples of knockoff Peppa Pig getting about, but there's also some very classy examples, which is very scary indeed. And with many of these knockoffs, it's almost impossible to tell the real from the fake.
And maybe a logical way to kick into this is go and look at the Peppa Pig spaceship stock, which was in the store when I returned my Peppa Pig spaceship. And sure enough, there are some other spaceships there which have bits and bobs missing. But I'm not going to talk all the way through this video, that'd be pretty boring. What I want you to do is look at the toys which have the pieces missing and say to yourself, do you think a child has come in and stolen these pieces? Or do you think maybe a naughty adult has come in and picked off some pieces for a child who's probably screaming in the pram? If you've bought any toys, you'll know that it's quite often very difficult to remove components from the packaging. It's a curious conundrum. The toy companies want the toy to be so inviting and touchy-feely in the store because as soon as a child lays hand on the toy, the desire to need it really ramps up. So take a look at all these toys in the video that have got bits and bobs missing. There might be a bit of food in here as well. And tell me your stories about what you've seen missing from toys. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of my audience who can tell me some fantastic stories about toys that are missing from the toy box. Enjoy the video. The selection of toys that we're looking at now in this video is what I call the attempted breakout toys. Sometimes you'll see the toy has got packaging which has been disrupted, and the toys have almost been pulled out. And often this happens when the toy has a special piece which isn't usually part of the toy series. That tends to attract all sorts of trouble. Do you remember the video I did about the Thomas Goldmine set, the Take and Play one, where that beautiful gold speckled Thomas was on display in the box? It took me months and months and months to find one of those boxes which still had the gold speckled Thomas on the box. Anyway, don't forget to tell me your stories about what you've seen ripped out of toy boxes and how maybe it's affected you and disappointed you. Maybe you've got a story where it's been of an advantage to you. If you've lasted till this part of the video, you know what I'm going to say next, don't you? Thanks for watching and bye for now.